What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. LA Mamba, June 28, 2022. Today I want to talk about how to build a successful tire shop business. If you see my other videos, that's all I talk about is just how to, grow and move your tire shop business forward. Or if you want to get into the business, there's also some guidance on that. But in this video, I want to just talk about already tire shops running already. You've been open for quite some time, and you gotta adjust all the time with learning what sells and what doesn't, the sizes. So as in sell pretty fast, because everything sells, but some things can take a long ass time to sell, and some other things can sell pretty fast. And so, just an example, if you're gonna buy 205 55 16s, that's a tire size that sells a lot. 215 60 16, that's another tire size that sells a lot. But you can buy something like this, like 265 40 19, it will also sell, but it's gonna take forever to sell. So you'll have to learn the business of what is the tire sizes that sell the quickest, and go for those, of course. Invest your money in that, focus on that, market to that, and along the way you'll have tires that move slow. They will sell, but it's gonna take a while. So to build a tire shop that's gonna be successful, you're gonna have to understand your customers, your employees, your products, your own finances, where you're at, what you have already currently, and what you can potentially have, and if you invest in it, how much should you expect from your return? How to market, and that's kind of the easy part, is learning how to market, learning how to do ads. But to consistently do the ads, that is the hardest thing. I have people I teach here and there about just business in general, not tire shop stuff, because they're not really interested in tire shop stuff. But I tell them, if you want to be good and powerful in business, you gotta be consistent. And are you gonna even do it, period? So I tell them, all right, make an ad. It takes 15 minutes to make an ad. He already knows how to make an ad because I already taught him how to do it. And they know that it gets results. But can you do one ad a day? That's hard. One ad a day is 365 a year. If you can do one ad a day, you'll be a freaking monster in business. If you can do 2 ads a day, man, you're even better. 3, 4, you're awesome. But in real life, you get so busy, you start selling what you're selling, and you just stop doing it, and then a week passed by, and then you think, well, 5 days passed by, I'll make 5 ads, right? It doesn't work that way. So I'm talking about consistency is the most important thing. Yes, if you make 5 ads in one day, you're also gonna get results on that, but you're not gonna be that, that powerhouse like that number one player, like that number one seller type of person. I've been there with Craigslist. I would average like current ads. I would average 75 ads that were live. You know, you sell, so you have to put down, you gotta make new ones over and over and over. And when I would be at 100 ads that were live, man, it was just like pouring money. It was so busy. But when I was at 75 live ads, I would average one sale a day, which was 7 sales per week. And that was, you know, above average. So nowadays it's different with let's say with OfferUp. They don't erase your ads, or they don't get them knocked down. It's a different game. OfferUp is more of making an ad is gonna stay there, but you gotta continue to make ads and make ads, and they get saved and they get saved, and you get hit up by a ton of people, and then I don't know, 90% are flakes. You know, you get 10% that are legit. But you know, you gotta just keep being consistent with those ads, because it's just a whole different thing when it comes to that. I mean, I even forgot about Craigslist, how like the keywords were so important. I'm just thinking about it right now. And OfferUp is a little different with that. But any platform you're gonna use, you're gonna be able to get great results. Of course, the most important thing is you work it, making a lot of ads, making ads consistently. But I came off track when it comes to the tire shop business. You know, like with tire shop business, you have your own market here, you have your own customers, and you gotta be consistent with them. As in, they show up, you do the work, they pay, they leave. Things are so, you know, fast now that they want the work done fast. And so not only have to do the job good, but they want it done fast. And so to do fast is not about you fucking moving fast, which it also includes that, but it's about you having employees to handle one car for the one employee over there, one car for that employee over there, and another car for that employee, and then you're doing one. So it costs money to be able to afford the employees. So it's kind of like you got to make the money first to like get the employee, and then once you got the employee, it creates cash flow, and then you make more money for yourself. Well, there's gonna be many hours you gotta put in. Like today, I was telling you, we flipped so many tires on and off on rims today. I'm a little tired, but you gotta be having that stamina, that strength to physically do the work. So I talked about this in the other videos. If you're a lighter guy, your advantage, you can be moving fast, like to the cars and back. Probably gonna get tired less. And then if you're a stronger guy, your advantage is you're gonna be able to demount and dismount tires easier and probably quicker. If you're a heavy set guy, you have disadvantages of both. Well, I'm sorry, of walking towards the cars and moving back into the, getting your product way here, your tires going back over there. probably gonna get tired sooner. But you know, we can always work on our health. Make sure you can hang all day, every day. Plus, this is dog walking, so I mean, you're probably not gonna be super heavy like ever in this business if you're actually doing the work, because there's a whole bunch of calorie burning on this. So, as a small business owner, you're gonna have to be the one doing everything all the time. I make these videos for the people who want to come in business and they want to be in the shop, have a lot of customers, make good money, right? Everything's successful when it comes to the tire shop business. The bad thing about being in the tire shop business, in my opinion, is just one thing, and that is that you have to be here like all the time. You can have everything you want, you know, all the customers you want, all the inventory you want, I mean, you name it, the cash flow you want, but employees, you know, all the employees you want, I guess, if you can afford them. But the thing is, you're gonna have to be here grounded. So like, yes, you're gonna be able to go out here and there, spend a little time away for majority of the time, especially when the first thing you're gonna have to be here 6 days a week, you know. I was doing 7 days a week for years, for like 10 years minimum. So I mean, but I would have, you know, I will come in and work and then I'll leave and do other things. It means it comes in, you do work. It doesn't mean you're here all day, every day, but you're here like every day. And for the little guy who wants to come in and dismount tires, you know, cut their tires, you know, slowly gain your inventory, slowly gain your customers, get a good reputation of where your location's at, which is another one that is very important. I'll get to location right now. But that's the guy who's gonna become successful. I always talk about it, or girl, that comes in, puts in the work, and leaves, go home, lock up the shop, get out, and doing the next day all over again, and for years, right? So you gotta think about tire shop. I like to talk about it over and over and over. That as tire shop, you're gonna be a little guy. You're gonna be owning a little shop. I mean, or whatever, right? Like if you got a bigger location, you get a bigger shop, whatever. It's still a small business, but you're gonna be the one putting in that work. So don't think for a minute that someone else is gonna be putting in the work for you. Yes, a lot of people are gonna be putting in the work in the shop also, but you're the one who's gonna have to be beating all their asses in everything they do. So you're gonna be dismounting faster, you're gonna be selling more, I mean, better patching, quick service, selling more, or whatever, you name it. You gotta be the best one. You know, the speed of the leader determines the rate of the pack. And you wanna be super successful right in the shop, as in super successful, as in whatever you consider super successful. There's no way around it. It's not, you can't just leave the shop there and have a guy just running and think it's gonna become badass. And there's too many holes in that. You're gonna be losing too much product. Tires are gonna be missing, materials are gonna be missing. A lot of customers are not gonna be attended because, oh, I'm tired. Oh, no, we don't have a tire. He's just gonna leave. Oh, I can't find the tire. I can't find the tire. Supposedly, we don't have it. Leave. I mean, it goes on and on. But you're gonna have to be the one that makes it happen. No one else. So if you're the guy who's like, oh, that's great news, well, there you go. You're the one who's gonna be successful in the business. All right, location, very important. Either your shop has to be on the busiest street of the busiest streets, busiest main streets, there you go, in the city, or side streets that come off the main street that are busy. If you're like in a hidden spot, can you still be successful? Yes, but you're gonna be missing out on a lot. So if you're on the busiest streets, that's what it costs the most. The location is gonna be costing the most. You have most expenses because of that mainly. So you're gonna be paying high price for a location. So it's up to you if you want to determine you want to go that route, or you want to go off a side street that's connected to the main street, and that's more like your bread and butter type of tire shop, where there's still a lot of traffic that drives by, but your rent is way cheaper than a main street shop. Yeah. So if you're gonna be like behind, like somewhere all hidden, man, it's gonna be hard. Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. I mean, if you're doing everything right, it's gonna work. But you're not gonna have a lot of walk-ins, and walk-ins is like one of the best things. You know, they're just driving by and they see your shop, they pull in, and oh, I've never been in before. I want to patch my tire. So location is important. I guess it's all about how much money you're gonna start with, how much money you're willing to pay for rent, and you know, I'm not talking about fucking super expensive ass fucking. If you have like a shop that's like super expensive ass rent, then the person who's gonna be making the money in that business is the landlord. Now I know, because I see it all the time, over and over and over, with other businesses. Not really any tire shop guys have done that route, so I give my tire people that. They're like smart enough to think, oh, I'm not gonna make it, man. Well, you know what? There was one guy who I did see that happen, and neither didn't last very long. So he made a mistake. Sorry, I did know somebody. I know him really good. He moved to a very expensive location, paid very expensive rent. Prime location, but very expensive rent. It didn't work out because the rent was way too expensive and he had to book it. Didn't last long. But you know what? It's rare. I mean, again, most people don't do that when it comes to tire shop guys. You have to be very forgiving with your employees. Accidents happen. I know they're dumb, right? I know they're dumb. No, I'm just saying, but they mess up something and you just gotta be, oh, let's move on, you know, let's get it out, you know, like, let's fix that sensor, let's take that rim to the freaking wheel shop to get powder coated again, or whatever it is, buy new rim, or whatever, you know, and let's move on. You pay, not the employee. Machines breaking because they didn't let the air out all the way. They're trying to break the bead when there's air inside the tire, and it breaks the machine, and that's a $600, $700 mistake. Yep, happens. But you gotta be very forgiving. So you gotta hold on to these guys long term. You gotta gather them up. Everything's good. Let's do it all over again. Because tomorrow, more cash flow comes in, right? More profit comes in. So little mistakes, just let them go. Yes, if they're good, if they have a sense of, you know, oh, I'm not gonna do that again, and they don't next time, then you won't have that mistake again next time. So sometimes it will cost you for them to learn, but if they stick around long enough, it'll be way worth it, and has been for me. So racks, inventory. So these racks, see these black gray racks, they are very old, and They would have been there for many, many years. And so when I had nothing but these racks and was already successful with the business, I could have just stayed there and just kept rolling with them. Just, it doesn't cost me anything. I'm just profiting and profiting and profiting, right? But then I decided I want a lot more inventory, and these little racks ain't gonna cut it. So then I started buying these racks. I started testing them out, and then these racks started working great. And then I was like, I have to buy a whole bunch of these. So then these racks are very expensive. They're very basic, but they never, you can resell them again if you want, at the same price or more that you bought them for years after. But these racks are gold. Now you can fit way more tires than the other racks. So then it took me a period of years to be collecting these racks to fix the shop and get rid of the old ones, sell the old ones. And so I can't remember how much I paid each rack. I think each rack is like $400 for like this right here. With this like, so then this one is probably like, this is not good because it has 3 posts instead of 4 posts. On this, so this one example, this would probably cost me like close to 8, not fully 8, because if it was one more of the big beams, then it's gonna be like probably a little bit more than 8, right? So imagine each rack you're gonna be buying and buying, and then filling with inventory, and buying and filling. So then yeah, it takes time. It takes a lot, and then you got to figure out how to like put them in, how to fit them. Like in this wall, I just had little racks, and then I took them all out, I sold them, and I put one huge one. Massive amount of tires fit in this. Right now there's not much in there, but I can fit a whole bunch of them in. So then what happens is your cash flow increases because you have more inventory. But it took a period of let's say 2 years. I did the racks, installing racks, because you want to take your time. Like, oh, this one fits here, you gotta go buy them, you gotta install them, and it takes time. I mean, and that's another thing, is installing racks. But the point is, I was able to have more inventory, which it just bumped up my cash flow. And I'm still paying the same amount of rent, right? Or same amount of mortgage, or whatever you have. And I just took out these little racks, and I would just like fit them. And I had a little extra one, I'll just fit it here instead of like having nothing there. But I mean, I can still, I can still put more of these big racks if I want. I'm happy how it is now. That's why I haven't done any more movement with the big racks. So more inventory, bigger cash flow. So before, little racks, successful. Big racks, more success. So you gotta think about how you want to set up the tire shop. And I mean, you can build your own racks. You buy some metal, right? But I highly suggest just go to a rack company that buy some used racks, and you can just boom, put them on real quick. Don't waste a lot of time in welding and cutting and all that. I mean, yeah, you could probably make them cheaper, but this is just a lot faster. You just boom, get them out of here. I mean, put them on there and just move, little by little, when you're buying tires, and then you start, filling them in. And then you'll see how much your cash flow increases when hey, do you have this size? Yes. Hey, do you have this size? Yes. Hey, do you have this size? Yes. Hey, do you have 335, 25, 20? Yes. So big inventory leads to more customers, and that's another thing is you in the tire shop business, it's about selling. Well, I'm talking about the used tire business. It's about selling like high volume of used tires. So then that goes into, where do you get your used tires? There's wholesalers that sell used tires. There's little guys that sell used tires. There's gas stations that have free used tires. There's dealers that sell a whole bunch of new ones that they just don't care how the used ones are, and then they get rid of those. So how would he do it? My answer is a little of everything. I cut some of them off, like buying from the little wholesale tire companies and sticking with the big ones. I buy from little guys that I can trust, that know what they're doing in the business, that know what sizes are good and know what to look for. The tires are good and no good when they get them for free, and they come down to you, and they either work at a shop, or their son works at a shop, they have access, or whatever, they just know shops. They pick them out, they get them for free, and then they come down to you. That's a big help, because you don't gotta be out there looking for. You got a lot of things to do already. So make sure those guys, they warranty their tires on the, like the big companies do, and do the returns when they're no good, and then have them give you another tire, replace it. So the little guys that are consistent, and then the big tire wholesaler companies that have their stamp. That's one of their stamps right there. And they know that that's their tire. When it's no good, they replace it. Or another way they do it is, if you buy, let's say 100, they give you five free ones and no warranty in the future, because you just bought and then they gave you extra ones, so that's their warranty. Because there are going to be tires that are no good, so you're going to take a loss there. But let's say the 5 free, hopefully it covers 100, right? On average, to me, I was always doing like 8 tires if I was going those routes. But I don't do that route. I've only did it very few times when I had to, but every single time, if they have the stamp method, like right there, then I will choose that route and warranty them when they're no good. So then, high volume of customers, you need exposure, marketing, referrals through to their families, their family friends. Companies are gonna come buy from you, but companies are gonna be more new ones. They'll buy some used, but when it comes to the new ones, now let's talk about the new tires. New tires, a whole bunch of wholesale companies for the new tires. If you're gonna start, you're good enough, just start with 2 companies, and then later on, when you open your Google page, you come on the internet, your tire shop in Ballin Park, like let's say the freaking what is that one thing called, that those pages that for businesses only, Yelp. When you come out on Yelp, then those tire companies are gonna find you. So these guys have sales reps. Sales reps search online, they find a new tire shop, and then they call them, and then they come visit them. Hey, I want to sell you new tires. This is our company. These are our tires that we move, these brands. They might have a price sheet, maybe not. But the little wholesale tire companies will come and find you after you're already in business. So don't worry about trying to find those guys. It's gonna be harder to find the used tire guys or used tire wholesaler guys than to find the new tire wholesaler guys. So then you have a few places to pick from, and learn about their shipping methods. Like, do they deliver once a day or deliver twice a day, which is free to you? So you just gotta be pretty much focused on selling. Like today, I had one of my companies that does business with me that I saw new tires. So one of those companies came, and we put 2 new ones. He left. He brought another truck. He wanted 4 new ones, but it was like a rare size. I called one of the smaller companies. Do you have them? Yes. How much? This much. My magic question is, can you bring it? Like, can you bring it like now? Oh yeah, let me ask the boss. Call me back. Yeah, I can bring him. He's here like 30 minutes later. Meanwhile, we dismount the tires off the truck, and we're working on other cars. So by the time they pull up, I've knocked out a whole bunch of cars already. We put those new ones, and then he jams. So you're gonna have to continue to learn about the prices of each company. Like, the smaller companies are being more expensive than big ones, but the little ones are being more closer to you. So you can even just get in your car or truck and go bring those tires while your guys dismount them. The other ones are gonna be far, the big companies, so you're always gonna say just wait till tomorrow, like just wait. I remember when I was young in the business, and it was my dad here, and we had these bigger tire wholesale companies. There was not like now. Before, they didn't have them. We didn't have them nearby. Before, they were far because there wasn't much little guys. It was only like bigger guys. And one place was like, damn, 45 minutes away. I love to drive there, by the way. It was nice and relaxing, man. You take different roads to get there. It was cool, bumping music, You go to the store, get a, Coke, cold Coke, nice right over there. You go fucking pay for the tires, get the tires, put them in the back of the truck, and drive back, relaxing and shit. But man, that shit would fucking take too long. That shit was like fucking at least an hour and a half drive, and on average an hour 45. There's traffic, 2-hour drive just for like a set of 4 tires. Fuck that. Like, it was fun as a kid and shit, like, but as a business, like, fuck that. That's the way not to make money right there. But nowadays there's a lot more in the business, people in the business, so these people will have a lot of stuff in stock near you. You can just, if they jump in the car, now it's like 10 minutes away, right? To like 2 or 3 different places. Things have gotten a lot better for the tire shop business since a long time ago, and that goes for a lot of things. It's a lot easier now to make money than it was before. Before, there was some low tread tires everybody had, bad sizes. Now it's like everybody has like good stuff. You just gotta learn what the good stuff is and buy that. And again, you'll get that with experience. I mean, I can go on and on and on about these freaking tire sizes and models, but you'll have to learn that through experience. I mean, I love talking about it, but it's just way too much. It's like massive amount of tire sizes, massive amount of brands out there, and there's a market for everybody. For the guy who has want the cheapest thing, to like a guy that likes high performance stuff, Or there's guys just like a family man, just wants you to the tires last long. The only thing I want is the tires last a long time. What you got? Don't care about performance, don't care about brand. So then, yeah, so you're gonna have to take time to talk to these guys, or some of the little guys don't have websites. The bigger ones all do, but not the little guys. So you're gonna have to get their price sheets, you know, if they have any. A lot of places don't have price sheets. You have to call. Like, that's a hard way of doing business. But if you know your stuff, you're gonna be calling and calling and calling, and okay, you got that, you don't got that. So then you think, okay, this company doesn't sell this stuff, but this one does. This one doesn't over here, and this one does. So then future comes up, you can call them for that. You call them for that, and you can be able to offer stuff that even nowhere in the area they even know that exists. Like, I don't know a lot of stuff that exists on certain even those little places I deal with. They're not little, but like smaller. I don't know how much mud terrain tire brands and sizes or around the price ranges. I don't know. I'll find out if I call them, but it's not like I know it instantly. But you're gonna have to, like I said, speed is very important. So you have to build your shop around speed. So you're gonna have to have like different hoses, connections. So like we have one here for like the semi truck, and we have one over there for the semi truck. For regular lines, we have one. We have two of them here. We got one here. We got two right there, and we got one over there. And we got some in the back too, but that's more for mechanic stuff. And then if it don't reach, if it's like way back there or way back there, then you have to connect two lines together. So when it comes to having your airlines, it doesn't matter really where or how they look. But I used to think it did. Like, I would buy these all the time. These things wouldn't last long. It would cost like, I don't know how many hundreds, and then they wouldn't last like a year. And I'll do it again, like, oh, it looks nice. And you know, you pull it and it pulls back on its own. But they break them. It's high maintenance. I do not recommend those things. I would just put a hanger and just hang the line. Way cheaper to maintain. I mean, I highly do not recommend these things. I mean, these things have been there for years. I just leave them there. Who cares about that shit? But do not recommend those things. I just recommend like that. See that? Just get it out of the way, kick it out of the way, kick it out of the way. That's what I recommend. So with lines all over the place, you have your speed to get to the car faster, to get to the machine back, to get to the car again. So I like to put the cars as close as possible to the shop, so I don't have to walk way over there and do a car over there. So then the sooner you get out the cars, the better it is. When it comes to trash, you can make money on trash, but I don't recommend it because it's just a little bit of money you can make. And I'm talking about like people have trash and they come, and how much is it to like dispose, and you give them a price, and then you start collecting more trash and you cut it, and yes, you make money doing that. But nowadays I don't mess with nobody's trash really. I just deal with my trash. And when people come, hey, how much does it cost for like throwing away these things? I'll give a high price, and usually they don't come and they don't drop them out. They don't leave. Like, they don't tell their buddies. They just go to another shop and deal with their trash, because it just takes more time. And then let's say the person who picks up the trash takes long, and you got a big ass mess, and then you have like, it gets in the way of moving, you know, your cars around that trash. Sometimes you gotta move it again because it falls and shit. So I don't recommend that. Even though as a little guy, that would be like another little stream you can have. But I don't know. It just, unless you have a place, a big ass place that is like the trash, you can move it like right over there, and it doesn't cost you anything to like have a big ass pile in the corner of the shop, and they can be there for like weeks of not being picked up. Maybe then, but for the other 95% of people, it's just a waste of time. I talked to other businesses about it, and everybody says yes, it's a waste of time too. So I don't recommend messing with the trash. Just deal with your own trash, pay to get rid of it, and move on. Charge the customers to throw away their junk tires. When it comes to competition with prices and all that, I don't deal with that stuff. I just put my price and that's it. It costs me X amount of cents for a patch, X amount of cents for the glue, cost me some air, and someone to do the job, let's say to patch a tire, then I just put it at this price and that's it. Like, yeah, there's some exceptions. People I know, whatever, charge a little less or whatever. But for the most part, I mean, that's just very, very handful of people. Everybody else just pay the price. I'm not the most cheapest in the city, I have just regular basic shop prices, and the people will pay. I mean, they just want the job done right. They come, no scratch rims, no broken studs, and all that kind of, no stripped lugness, and they leave happy, and over and over and over. They come and they come and they come. Same people, no problem. They leave, they come, they leave for years. And I don't get complaints about prices, like really, like. When it comes to, I'm talking about like the patching and the labor. I don't really get complaints on those. The used tires and new tires, yeah, people always, complain and stuff. Well, they complain about everything with prices, about everything. But in the business, just set your prices and just don't budge with that, and just, let them go down the street, and if they get a cheaper price, let's say $5, let's just say, go ahead, go down the street, say $5. But I'm not gonna be dropping my price for like having a lower price just to like get a little more customers. I'd rather get the right customers, the ones that I want, the busy mothers that go to work, the guy with the sports car, the guys with the BMWs. I mean, that's my customer. The companies, those guys, they're not gonna haggle on the price. They just want the job done right, fast, and let me get out of my life and get out of your way. Here's your money, I'm out. I don't want to go with those little 13, 14-inch tires that, oh man, it costs too much. Oh man, it's too much. What was the price? $40. Oh man. Yeah, I don't want to deal with those guys. I let them go down the street. The other tire shop guy can deal with them. But so pricing, just in the middle, just your average shop prices. You can call and ask other people's prices and say your prices there, ask for theirs. You can do your market research, call shops, see what they're charging for used tires in certain sizes or whatever, patching. And I mean, I don't do that, I don't care for that shit, but if you're a new guy and you want to figure out what's the average price, call them up, average it out, charge that. Now, from what I've learned in the tire shop business, and I talk about it here and there, not really related to tire shop business, but I consider everything in the tire shop walls and the tire shop gates the tire shop business. So I like multiple streams of income. So what I learned, if you want to make your financial, for your financial gains yourself, do other things. So I myself, I rent limos. I usually have jobs every weekend. I have U-Haul The U-Haul is very consistent. I have like 6 right now. It's about 6 rentals a week. I sell TPMS sensors. Well, I guess you can name that. It's with the tire shop business. But thinking about doing a little bit of automotive work, but I'm not yet. I always talk about that, but I always think, man, I don't want to do it. I love to do it, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But yeah, you can do that. I mean, the guys who like sell rims, I don't sell rims at all. You think of my shop, whole shop, you don't see no rims. So I only sell tires, but you can sell wheels, tire and wheel packages, which is very common in the business. A lot of people do alignments in the business. I do not do alignments. I hate that. I've done it in the past because I always end up the one doing the alignment. But a lot of people do that. But multiple streams of income, and I do a lot of other things outside of the shop. So again, it's not really related to the but then the money comes from the tire shop, and then it goes out there and it just grows, or cash flows, whatever. And then like you don't have to live off the tire shop now. Like if you make your income, let's say if you just have a tire shop and you make, you know, X amount of dollars per month. Now from those X amounts per month, you have rent for your house where you live, or a mortgage. You have you buy clothes, you go to the movies, you have a cell phone that you gotta pay, insurance for your car, or cars if you need money to buy cars, right? And if you have cars, you need car parts. And car parts are very expensive. And you go on and on and on. You have daughter that is expensive, or son that plays baseball, and you just going on. So all that requires money. So from the tire shop profit, you know, goes to that. It goes and goes and goes and goes and goes, right? Well, if you have multiple streams of income, then you have your tire shop profit and you have your multiple streams of income over here. And this one comes in, you're hustling, you sell on eBay, or you know what I mean. I rent containers out. I have a tractor I rent out. I have a dump truck. A dump trailer I rent out. I have, I don't know how many tenants right now because they're going on off. I think I got like about 13 tenants. I got a real estate note. I have just other, I forgot what else I have. I don't keep track no more. I used to keep track of how neat it was and all that, but the point is that cash flow comes in and I use that for like my gas, you know, my car parts, my whatever. I mean, whatever I feel like doing, you know, the list goes on and on, what I just explained earlier. And so like now my tire shop income, I can buy more tires, buy more equipment racks, spend on this, spend on that. I mean, whatever it is, I don't have to like, damn, I hope I have enough to like buy more tires. I mean, that's how it is when you're starting in the beginning. But if you have other streams of income, and then that money is really the one I use most for everything. My rent at the house where I live. Again, the biggest expense I have is car parts, because I always mess with my cars over and over. You see, those things are always fucking giving me trouble and shit. Well, it comes from the real estate income. I mean, the flips, I just use that to get other properties, but I mean, it's a game changer if you don't have to spend your money on your expenses from the tire shop business. And with that money, you can buy more tires. I mean, you can afford to buy tires and buy. Now it's about like, okay, how big you want to be when it comes to like this month, these goals. And yeah, it takes a lot of work, by the way. It takes a lot of work to get that income to the free. I mean, you have to, you know, pay the shop electricity, pay the employees, the trash, the rent. You have all these expenses when you have a location, you know, capital expenditures, as in like repairs. And so if you're able to just continue to buy whatever you want, wow, look at this. We thought we didn't have any more of these. I just looking for them today. I'm like, shit, I ran out. That is awesome, man. That is so cool. Sorry, guys. But if you were to buy, you know, more inventory, just to have it, like I just found those fucking tires right there. Like, shit, I'm gonna move them out of the place and put them over there where I can see them now. But anyways, it's a beautiful thing. Now you can be even more successful in the tire shop. It's like, okay, now this money's just getting inventory in. The good stuff, by the way, the good stuff, not the trash. And more cash flow, it's a beautiful thing. So multiple streams of income is very important to make your tire shop business successful in the long term, mainly. But this is what I recently learned in the last 5 years, guys. So that's why I'm leaving it away. One of the last things that I'm saying. Multiple streams of income is very badass, very awesome to be having your tire shop successful long term, because the tire shop money can stay in the tire shop and you can make it grow, and you're not going to be suffering for money when it comes to that stuff, man. So it's a great thing. So that's why I always talk about multiple streams. Invest in property, or you know, something that you're going to buy and flip. I used to buy old cars and sell them, or you know, whatever. I mean, whatever you like, you know, car parts, you name it. I mean, you can buy, you know, you have a passion for, let's say I have a passion for outlet cars. I'll buy and sell parts, the used parts. I'll find them at the wrecking yards. I know what they go for, and I'll just sell them, keep the profit. You know, I can have money to like buy more turbo parts, better turbos, you know, more turbo kits, right? So then multiple streams of income, I highly recommend it, even though a lot of people do not think of that as being important. I think it's highly important for those reasons I already mentioned. Sum it up, long term, you know, the tire shop is not going away. Anybody who's worried about, well, how about the future and all that, it's been there, it's been here, and it's gonna be there always. Again, there's not gonna be a cheaper way to have to mount tires on wheels. AR robots are gonna be expensive if they ever come out, right, in our lifetime. But there's always in the tires always gonna be running out on people's car. You put them on, they're gonna last for like 3 years, and then they're gonna come back and buy more used ones. They're gonna put them on, they're gonna last you like 8 months. They're gonna come back again. You get 6 months customers, or people that have multiple cars, they keep coming way sooner than that, over and over and over. Or performance guys that have their own little side business, they have multiple customers, so they just come and they bring customers and you know, sell tires or used tires or whatever, and they run out. I mean, tires run out. It's like, you know, haircut guys, they have the advantage that the haircuts, they last about, for guys, like 2 weeks, right? 3 weeks. So they have to be cutting them. But tire guys, well, we have the advantage of tires wear out. You know, it could be months, but they always gonna wear out, and tires have to be on the cars to be rolling. So there's always a need, and there's always a whole gang of customers. And what are the options of the people? They can go to the American Tires. the discount tires, you know, those big shops, but they're gonna be very expensive. They can go to Walmart, they'll be very expensive to do labor and appointments. They have to have appointments to go and have some work done, have a patch done. They take a long ass time. And they can just come to you instead of have a fast ass job. They don't have any appointments needed. They don't have to call. They just show up. Well, they show up, they're parking, rolling the freaking jack in the freaking car, lifting up where the spare's at, and it says, "Oh yeah, I have a patch. All right, cool. Let's do this." Those are their options. So they have to mainly the little guys are the ones dominating the market of tire changing. We're the ones that put in the most amount of work. You tell all day, I tell you right now, that all day freaking change tires. You know, the bigger guys, they don't change as much tires as the small guys do. So this is just a small clip. I wish I had more video to go. But it's getting pretty late, guys, and I want to go home now. Thank you guys for watching the video. See you next time.